NFTs, blockchain, crypto is the next layer of the internet called Web3. Even though we're in a bear market, projects are in a build market. So the foundation is being built. So when the bull market comes, we're going to see some massive price action. And we're starting to see that already. There's a token called Magic, and we're going to go into it today because the market cap has gone from 40 million to almost 200 million. The price is 2, 3, 4x in the last few weeks, months and weeks. But we want to look at the psychology of buying and selling. So if you like today's video, like, subscribe, hit the bell notification. Web 1, read only. Web 2, read and write. But Web 3 is around read, write, and own without a middleman. All right, let's dive straight into Magic. We are on the Magic website. So Magic, it's a gaming NFT project. Treasure in the decentralized video game console, connecting games and communities together through imagination, magic, and NFTs. So in other words, it's games and worlds that delight the masses. But what I'm interested in is the price action. So if we go to CoinMarketCap, what we can see with Magic is it's had a massive price spike. But what we're looking at over here is the market capitalization. We're talking about 44 million market cap, and to its recent peak, 160 million. We're talking about a few million in volume to over 200 million in of daily volume, especially at this peak over here. But what we're going to do now is just look at the price action, because though projects are fantastic and building is happening, price action and buying and selling behavior is buying and selling behavior. So I've just pulled up a chart of the Magic token of the most recent buying behavior. And what you want to really know is that markets tend to move in 5s and 3s. Irrelevant of how great the technology is. There's humans behind it making massive gains. So therefore, profit taking is natural, it's normal, and you should be expecting it. So when I'm looking at this, we're going to be on high alert. So I've got my trend dashboard, trend identifier at the bottom, and it says the weekly momentum is a bull uptrend. The weekly is looking like it's making a bull reversal over here. But I want to look at this from a psychology standpoint, buying and selling behavior, knowing that markets move in 5s and 3s. So first of all, I'm just going to pop out of this daily chart and go into a weekly chart. So in the top left-hand corner, I have my weekly chart. And we can see this blue and red line. What it means when it's getting quite high on the upper end is that we're probably at or near a weekly top. So we're probably going to see sideways to down from next week onwards. So that's a big clue. There's another big clue here that we might be topping out with Magic. One of them is something called a bearish divergence. Basically, when a momentum indicator is moving down and the price is moving up, it's normally a sign of weakness, and there's normally going to be a sell-off afterwards. And we've already seen a big movement to the downside. Another thing to be on high alert of is look how wide this bar is. Look how wide that 1 day is. That is huge. That's normally panic buying. Panic buying, fear of missing out. People saw this spike, had a bit of a correction, and then this massive spike. Now, it doesn't mean it can't continue to the upside, and it doesn't mean it won't continue to the upside. We just want to look at the probability of what's likely to happen. And by the way, I've got this trend identifier dashboard with training where you can really combine the trend with pattern position. If you want to check it out and my training, you can now trial it for 30 days, £1. It's phenomenal. Check it out. If you like it, you can continue. Just check it out. I'm telling you, it's phenomenal. Especially combined with the training. That's the main thing. Because what you want to combine it with is pattern position, right? So over here, what I'm seeing is we've had this little move up. It's like almost an initial kind of buying behavior. We had this long correction. It's called a wave 2. We had this nice spike up called a wave 3. A move to the downside called a wave 4. And panic buying wave 5. Right? So when you see a pretty clear 5-wave structure, we just want to be on high alert. We'll put this as an intermediate wave count. We want to be on high alert because what typically happens time and time again, whether it's Ethereum, Bitcoin, Dogecoin, Magic, even if it's stocks, shares, the Forex markets, gold, other commodities like oil, this buying and selling behavior just occurs time and time again. So what we want to be on high alert for is after a 5-wave move like this, what typically happens? Well, typically what happens is some type of 3-wave correction. And that's what I'm going to show you. I'm going to show you just in case you've bought down here and you've been holding Magic for a while, just to take some profits, we're in this zone over here. We're probably going to see it come back up into this zone over here. maybe just, if you're 2, 3, 4, 5x up, just to take some profits. And if you're thinking of buying a ton of magic up here, just be on alert that we're probably going to go through some type of correction over the coming few weeks. So what's most common is a 50 to 78.6% retracement. What does that mean? It means if we take the extreme of the price low and the price high, more often than not, what's most common, and we're just playing the game of probabilities here, is 50 to 78.6. When is that likely to occur and how long is it likely to take? We can actually measure that as well. Something called Fibonacci time retracements. I'm just going to show you this. This is the most common. So what are we talking about? We're talking about Christmas Day, December 25th minimum. So that's around, 9 days away to Jan 1st. So what we're looking at is a potential, this is like an initial move down. We're probably going to get some type of move to the upside. And, a lot of amateurs will start buying up here thinking that we're going to get another move like this and another move like this. Not that it can't happen. It's just low probability that that's going to happen, especially looking at the bearish divergence that we saw and the weekly momentum as well. And what we're more than likely going to see is a second leg to the downside. And this is what you refer to as an A, B, C correction. What will be a confirmation? Well, if we take a swing low out over here, we've had a price overlap as well, as in the price has gone into this range over here. So that's a sign of weakness. And again, just look at this wide range of this bar. This is people. This is humans buying, right? And look where the close was. So all of this is just panic buying, right? This is in one day, people not wanting to miss the boat, getting rich tomorrow. A lot of retail investors involved, as in newbies in this space, not understanding what drives the price, and people jump on the bandwagon, and that's very typical for a wave 5, right? So it's panic buying, and what will typically happen, especially when there's a big wick like this up here, because the buying started over here, the close finished over here of the day, but look how high it went. It went all the way up to above $1, right? So also a key psychological resistance. $1 is like the more zeros the number has, it's called like a psychological resistance. So we're probably going to see some type of pullback to the downside. So the main takeaways from today is NFTs are here to stay. Web3, obviously there's going to be a lot of projects that don't work out as well. Is utility, functionality, access, beyond just art. And with Magic, it looks like they're going to have a lot of utility. I haven't read their white paper or anything else in detail. I'm really paying attention to their price behavior. The price behavior can tell us a lot of information. So what I'm going to do, I'm just going to put a question mark here because we'll keep an eye on this. And I just want to, this hasn't been confirmed, but again, we're more than likely to see, again, an A, B, C style correction. So be on high alert that it might be better to take some profits if you're already in good profits and wait for a movement to the downside after Christmas and see where it's at. And then in the new year, we're probably going to see then a continuation with projects like Magic as well. So if you want to check out the trend identifier so you really get a flavor for the momentum and some training on how to read the basics of the market, which I've put into real layman's term, it will just give you a massive edge. So you know when you should be buying, when you should be selling, and when you should be really standing aside. Because one of the hardest things to do when it comes to investing, trading, buying and selling in any market is taking profits. And you want to have a logical, mechanical way of doing things as well. So remember, Web 1 was read-only. So the early internet was read-only. It was very static. Web 2 is where we are right now. Platforms, you can import stuff. There's YouTube. You're watching this. You can interact. You can put in comments. There's some sophisticated stuff that's really revolutionized the way we do things. And then Web 3 is what we're moving into. Now, people say that we're in Web 2.5. So it's not Web 3, it's not Web 2, it's Web 2.5 because it's a transition. So a lot of projects are using a lot of Web 2, transitioning into Web 3, and no one really knows what's going to become of Web 3. But there's going to be innovators, entrepreneurs, people thinking, wow, I can solve a problem using Web 3 that's much better than the current Web 2 solution. And that kind of innovation is going to take place. So I'm just going to read a quote from my book. We like to finish with a quote, with a bit of wisdom. Let's learn from Confucius today. And he says, it does not matter how slowly you go, as long as you do not stop. You can also download my book for free. It's in the link below. Keep learning, and I'll see you very soon.